Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Lazy Triumphster here, and joining me today is Cruz and his Sportster Roadster. And this is round two. If you're subscribed to the channel, which you should be, you'll have seen the prior video where we attempted a tank lift and a handlebar install, and it just did not work out. So today we've got a new set of handlebars, 3-inch tank lift, and a coil relocation. Coil and ignition relocation. So we're gonna get started just tearing into this. Like I said, we did a video before where we did the preliminaries and that was all on video, so I'm probably gonna bypass most of that, and just when we get to the important stuff we'll do the video there. So what we'll do is we'll take this screw out, because I was gonna install the tank lift first, but the fact that this is held by some of the hardware that holds the tank up, I want to see what we need to do to move the coil and the ignition. We got this out of the way, so what we're going to go ahead and do is just install the tank lift. It's a 3-inch lift, and that will be just like very similar to any other situation where we prop the tank up to be able to have access to all of this stuff. Here's the tank lift. It's not all tightened up yet because we don't know if we're going to need to move it around at all, but it's a very simple, straightforward design. It's literally 3-inch tab, as you can see here, and it exposes a lot. That's why if you guys are planning on doing this, whether you have the peanut tank or whether you have an 883 or 1200 custom, or you have the 3.2 gallon tank that you're looking at here, I have a video where on a guy's Iron 1200, he has the blue gas tank. I did a coil relocation. He had a wireless ignition, so there was no ignition that we moved, but it was a coil relocation, a 3-inch tank lift, sorry, 2-inch tank lift, and a full wire tuck. That's a very good video for you to learn how to do a wire tuck, because as you can see, there's a lot of jumbled mess underneath the tank that you're going to want to tuck up above the frame. So yeah, if any of you guys are doing that, there's a video, more than just mine too, anybody's videos it's done is probably very helpful to know how to do it. So as you can see, we got the coil out of here and the key ignition, and I pulled the bolts from here because with the new setup they're too short. Cruz has got them here, so I'm gonna hold this up. Cruz, if you want to drop a bolt in either side there, even though your bike's still a little warm. Yeah. And get it to thread a little bit there.
Alright, good.
Yep. Alright, and then so yeah, then we'll drop the one in on the other side. And then what we'll do to take up this space right here is we'll take apart the ignition here. This front piece just is threaded. So you literally loosen it up. Yeah, so I just use a set of pliers. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed, but you see it just comes off, and then this drops out of it through the back. Looks like I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of muscle, but you can see the shape of it, the way it has the straight sides, and it's threaded. All we're gonna do is run that back behind from behind this and put the threaded piece over the front, and that'll look really nice. Here it is, all tightened down and buttoned up. This is ready to go. Now this actually turns toward the rider now, as opposed to before where it kind of in a way turned away. So it's click click towards the rider. Recommendation is if you have a keychain, if it's something lightweight that's not going to tear up the motor, great. If it is, you might want to consider not having it as a keychain. Also, the stock plug wires, you can tell this one's it's reaching. So it's nice to get a pair that are equal length, because this one's really long, comes all the way up here. So, but we'll get that hooked up here. I think we're gonna start on the handlebars next and see where that leads us. I know it looks bad, but it's really not as bad as it looks. Cruz is over there cutting the grip off of the throttle tube because we've got new Biltwell grips. I recommended these, and I recommend them to any of you. I've got them over here on the Slim, as you can see, and I've got them on the 77 as well, and they're really comfortable on the hands, and the way that they taper and they're thicker in the middle is a little more relaxed grip, so I dig them. But anyways, he's cutting the grip off the throttle tube so we can put the Biltwell grip on the throttle tube and reuse the throttle tube. And then we will put the other grip on the new set of bars. We got the bars on and all the controls and everything. And I know it's kind of like a huge skip forward, but the grips were a bit more difficult than I expected, and I think that's because we have a more porous finish as compared to like a gloss finish. So it's almost like a ceramic feel to it, like a matte finish. So the grips were a little bit more difficult to get on. I usually use WD-40, which we did this time as well, but I also used my air compressor. Ran some air through them to get them on. The throttle tube we had to clean up a lot because a lot of nasty glue and old rubber that was stuck to it. But once we got all that off, again using the air compressor, ran that through. But here's kind of what we're looking at. We already set it up the way he likes it with the amount of turn down on the bars and the controls and the angle that he likes them. And so there that is. We've also got the wires on and the key ignition almost ready to go. We're just going to plug everything in, button it up, tighten it up, and then he should be ready to ride. But this thing's got like a gnarly backbone on it now with the tank lifted up like that, and that's going to be intense. So we'll try to get a couple more clips with Cruz on it to see how uncomfortable he is. This is Cruz headed back. We just got everything buttoned up. Oh, he's going. Keep going. Oh yeah, I hope so. Yeah. That looks cool with the tank lifted, man. I wasn't sure. Alright. So that's Cruz leaving. And it was a long day, to say the least. But as you can tell, we got everything working right. And he's happy with it. The bars are exactly what he wanted. They're a drag bar, basically, just turned down to kind of emulate a cafe racer, sort of similar to a clip-on style. He was definitely all about that 3-inch tank lift. In fact, we just got all the plastic out of there and snipped all the wire ties and started doing a wire tuck. All he really has to do now is tape it all up so it looks better and get it all under the tank. But other than that, it's almost a done deal. So it's a good looking build, and we'll just keep working on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it was kind of just a quick run through. So yeah, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, guys, stay safe out there.